It's Week 14 of the NFL, and the spotlight is on Justin Herbert. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Raiders and the Vikings, and it comes your way next. Now for the field that will host Super Bowl 58 come February. There's a good look inside Allegiant Stadium just off the 15 here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Today it's a Week 14 matchup. It should be a good one, as it will be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They've been in a great group. Winners of 7 of their last 10 on the year. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they too come in off the bye, so we should have two teams that are eager to get back at it.
And players are creatures of habit. You can bet they enjoyed the time off, but you know they're also ready to get right back into the swing of things.
Of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Leading them out, someone who took the league by storm last year is the most famous Mr. Irrelevant ever from Iowa State. It's Brock Purdy.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and showing the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
2nd and 10. Purdy is set up to throw it here. They trying to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Berryman. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line.
And I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of like the opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
So here are the Raiders now with great starting field position. They'll be led out by one of the brightest young stars in the NFL, a 4th-year pro out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
So no advantage in this game for either quarterback in terms of coming off that open week, huh?
Yeah, they both had buys.
Both had them, so you got to figure both of them went back, watched some extra tape, polished up their game, checked out their fundamental.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Zay Flowers. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go. Still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Extra one by Carlson, and it makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Purdy. And that'll be dumped off to gain 1. And Here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Devin Tompkins deep to return it. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for, and remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year, so you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
33 yards that time.
When he needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver, and as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Play action. It's Herbert. A short throw there is Strange. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Stop short of the 25. The second effort couldn't free him. They'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Here's Herbert. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had. Thought they could exploit them, but able to do so on that play.
It's always been all Madden to this point of the season, and making nets on the field goal there.
What a luxury it is to have a QB independent partner because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and go further. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree because when you get that open week after a victory, you get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to be the 3rd and 4 coming up. Back to throw, Purdy. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't get in.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And you figure this should be a healthy, rested, focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've got that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back on the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Herbert off of play action, and that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. And play is stopped here, timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So as they talk it over, we step aside. They'll run it for the first time with Daniel Pierce. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. And look at this defense for the Vikings. They're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting...
Full side is complete on the diving effort. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
And he's got it. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash, dropped at the one. Judah, big yardage, another nice game there. This one goes for 20. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Achane looking for a 7 and none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now Herbert, third and goal. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Zay Flowers with a second touchdown in this opening quarter. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Extra point line call, set up and go. And that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now. They cut 17-0 our score as they kick this one away. Here comes Marquez Stevenson now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. And now out comes Minnesota. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here first and 10. They start the drive here with Gainwell. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just give up a score.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here in a 3rd and 8. Purdy from the gun. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Dexter Lawrence in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
3 scores down, not even halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Here's Sam Martin now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Taken right around the 44. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Now a fake on the jet sweep. And they'll instead run up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 2nd and 7. They go again with Pierce. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. You look at this defense for the Vikings. And they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
The secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Gonna throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Throw caught by Flowers. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Purdy being chased out left. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the result. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll try the left side with game winner. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Roger McCreary there to bring him down defensively. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. That'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Purdy now to throw. He'll find Gainwell out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. $17-0 our score after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Achane gets it from the gun. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Herbert. That one too wide and incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Pulled in at the 24. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there. Right from the start, we've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
This offense on 3rd down today, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Purdy. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
This is taken at the 18. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a run from Achane. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. That'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Pierce will try to pick it up. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
That's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is brought in at the 21. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do this thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. We'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Throwing on 2nd down, it's Purdy. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I tell you, Brandon, this defensive player with some confidence, having a lot of point, yet flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
This is Jeff Swain, the tight end. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on a 6-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. Flowers going to go in motion right. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That's taken on the 25. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yes, you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Back to Gainwell here on 2nd down. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Out of the gun, Purdy. Caught by Jones. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try to put some points on the board.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Purdy looking to throw. And the Raiders have got him. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 43. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. On first down, it's Purdy. He'll check this one down to Gainwell. Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
We see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Max Crosby. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up Charles in that front 7 defensively. They've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out, because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
Now a 3rd down throw, and it misses the target, incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sideline and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And with still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. That is caught by Laporta. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. The Raiders got to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. He'll dump this off to Achane.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sidelines there, so you can only go so far outside. They're able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they use your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Carlson able to put this one through, and they will extend their lead even further. So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and I think you know when I was looking down on the sideline, I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3 they wanted to go for.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball, just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Final play of the half, Purdy. He's got his 6'5" receiver, that's Tim Patrick. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We're accustomed to seeing strong quarterback play. We got that in the first half from Justin Herbert. He came out of the gate smoking hot with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes to help steer his guys towards this halftime lead.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead. And they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Running leagues were at a premium in the first half. He's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On first down, Justin Herbert thrown left side, taken in by Renfro. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Pierce takes it straight ahead. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make the second very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, staying ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
On third down, here's Pierce. And that one opened up for him wide as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 53 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A give, running right, Achane. He'll take it inside the 25.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Herbert now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. They'll run here with Pierce. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Dameon Pierce, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about what the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now Purdy. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's going. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. To the sideline and incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down. There's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Minnesota.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, but he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming out, you can return punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer. Now this is going to be a quarterback draw. And he is going to lose yardage here. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
On 2nd down, Gainwell looking for space. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And now they'll stop play here just momentarily. Now the Vikings and some discomfort after that last play. Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is 3rd and goal. Bigsby. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. And This kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. Kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that. But when you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Offense back out there along with Damian Pierce. Probably looking to get in the end zone again. And the touchdown, as you see, last drive on 4 carries. And during the break, we were looking at some of the replays from the previous drive. Really good holes created, great space.
Yeah, I like the observation you had, though, during that break about, okay, they've got to do something to slow down their runner. So is it bringing in more defensive linemen? Is it dropping in extra linebackers? What are you going to do? Personally, I'm going to take my safety and drop him into the box. I'm going to have at least 7 in there until he shows that he can beat me through the air. Now I've got to slow down the running.
I was just going to say, you'll take the exposure in the passing game over the top until you can prove that you can stop the running game.
Sometimes you go cold because you haven't thrown it in a while. Let's see if he can heat up again.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Up the middle, Achan. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one, and let's face it, he is so amped up. Wanting to get a good get off on the snap. Jump too quickly.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. Pierce now up the middle. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. They'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards for number 11. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Quickly a slanter in front. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. From the 20, here's 2nd and 3. Back to the ground with Pierce. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. And this will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have the Raiders 1st down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. I'll give to Pierce. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Fighting through. Down the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Gotta tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
They'll run Achan. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. They'll try the air now with Herbert. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Sam Laporta, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders Bears are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth quarter lead. That's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, gotta give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
The extra point by Carlson up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. And out now come the Vikings. We're coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. Trailing big here in this fourth quarter. Purdy to throw it on first down. They'll set up a screen for Bigsby. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Purdy now to throw. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Throwing here, Purdy. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. A big gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. This will be fielded at the 17. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now a toss right side, A.J. with it. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. 3 yards won't be enough here as how to bring up 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. An 8-yard return there after the punt of 47. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
There's Purdy on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And Purdy finds a way to move the chains. He slides to a stop, and he's got the 1st down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Purdy looking to throw. On the out route, Downs brings it in. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A 5-yard gain brings up 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down, it's Purdy. Completes it, and I think the ball's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face Popped it up, and it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came around a lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that. What a very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. A short one there, caught by Swain. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 22-yard line.
Now a handoff to Bigsby. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Purdy. Completed out left to Downs. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. From the gun, Bigsby. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And this one is right through. And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result. And he opted for the touchback. The Raiders heading out to take over. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
And I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Here's the Raiders punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. CD is all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on and get back to practice in the next couple of days.
A 2nd down throw for Purdy. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
He did a fine good job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you're panicking.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack it for a loss of 5. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. This is fielded at the 27. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Deshaun Elliott up to make the play defensively. They work now on 2nd and 9. They go again with Pierce. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to float from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So this one out victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I think you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now see, I only like 1 game ball. You're handing out multiple, although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but I
like where we're going with this. You say one, I represent the best player of all time. And I say multiple so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for the Raiders, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.